So while in Air Force, there are so many people have been telling that you can you see the slides? No?
No.
Yeah, just a minute.
No, sir.
Now it's visible, right?
Yeah.
So while in Air Force, people have been telling that you will not get. It's very difficult for you to settle in the corporate world once you are from the defense because of the discipline and all those things. So somehow after 10 years of service, I said कि नहीं मुझे defense छोड़ के बाहर जाना है और बाहर में मेरे को prove करना है. So that was my. So I left Indian Air Force when I was at the peak of my career. Like a group captain is the toughest promotion. In 1:14 is a thing. So I got my promotion. I put on the rank and then I quit service. And I after coming out of service, there are so many myths which I have broken actually. So I'm not telling to boost myself, but then I'm just putting it across, saying that we can create a history. Everybody can create a history. Everybody is genius and everybody can create a history. Myths like you don't get a job after 45, 35, 40 years of age in the corporate sector. Myth like you cannot start a business when you are old. Myth like for starting a business आपको बहुत ज़्यादा पैसे चाहिए. So all these things, and like after I left this job when I was 48 years of service, and today is my sixth job I'm doing since last 8 years. I started a business with no background of my business background. Nobody in my family had any business, so I did a startup in 2015, and the startup is still running. It's almost 2 crores turnover right now. So we can create history, and we have all the resources within us. And yes, throughout my journey, NLP has been by my side. I had developed the skill of NLP and how to read your mind, how to change your mind, how to rewire your subconscious mind. That is all basic about NLP. So that as the background, I'm presently working as a. I was in PwC and presently I'm working as a senior project manager for integrated waste management system in a Madras-based company, and also for Bilaspur Smart City. I'm born and brought up in Bilaspur, and yeah, I am doing something for the society. I am trying to. I have a big goal actually, and I want to transform Bilaspur from tier 3 to tier 2 city. That's my mission, and that's my goal, and working for it. So yeah, so that's a brief about me and how to maintain fitness in life. And this session is all dedicated to all the defense aspirants. Now, what is let's have a more of an interactive session because one way talking will not help much actually. So, what is it? What as per you? What is the definition of fitness? Is it physical? Is it mental? Or is it 50-50? Sorry, can you put it in the chat box? Not able to see the chat box actually. Hmm, just 1 minute. Okay. Yeah, so it's 50-50. Somebody is telling, Satvik is telling it's both mental and physical. Yeah, that's true. 50-50. Okay. So let's see. Uh, Unfortunately, there is a different take from my side. It is 85% of physical fitness and 15% of mental fitness, right? And this is followed by 85% of the people, right? If you see, most of the people say physical fitness is all about physical fitness, and very few people think that mental fitness also matters to be physically fit for fitness. And this thought is by 85% of the people. 85% of the people think that physical fitness is the only thing about fitness. So I'm going to prove that wrong. There is a different thought process through which I follow. And for your information, our mind and body are the two parts of the same system. Like if you see somebody who is very happy, right? Can you see him stooping down like this and then being happy? Absolutely not. When somebody is happy, his posture will be straight, his back will be straight, his face will be up, right? And also, if somebody is very, very sad, he can now never stand straight, because our mind and our body are of the same system, they are interconnected. And one cannot stay with other. And how much part of fitness our body plays, and how much of part of a fitness our mind plays. Let's see that. Now, this is a formula which is very, very close to my heart. Like, success is all about knowledge and attitude. And we all must be, you all actually will agree with me. But how much of my knowledge and how much is attitude? Can you put it in the chat box? What is the percentage of knowledge for a person to be successful? How much is the knowledge and how much is the attitude? What percentage? 99% knowledge. Oh my God, Gaurav. Okay. Anybody else? 80-20, 80% knowledge, 20%, 30% knowledge, 70% attitude. Swapnil Kale has attended a workshop, I think. 90%. Okay. So different views. Let's see. Uh, it's 15% of knowledge and 85% of attitude. Even I can say that it's 10% of knowledge and 90% of attitude. Well, Dhirubhai Ambani wouldn't have been a multimillionaire if he would have been knowledgeable. Sachin Tendulkar, who has failed in class 10th, I think he would not be a number one cricketer if he has been full of knowledge. If you remember, Vinod Kamble, Sachin Tendulkar's best friend, childhood friend, both were equally good technically. But Vinod Kamble, I think he has not played after 1992, I think when he was 22 years of age, because he was very, very proud of his techniques in the cricket field, and he had a different attitude. He could never face a bouncer of Courtney Walsh, I think, when he was playing with West Indies, and after that he never played a test cricket. So what is the difference between Sachin Tendulkar and his best friend, his buddy, Vinod Kamble? It's the attitude, right? And Thomas Alva Edison wouldn't have invented the light if in class third standard, when his teacher has told him to go back, called his mother and told him that this student is not fit for school. If his mother had not supported him, if it had not been knowledge, if it had not been his attitude, his mother's attitude, in fact, at that childhood, his mother's attitude, which made him one of the best scientists, and that's the reason why we are having the light. So after a particular stage in life, knowledge doesn't matter at all. If you see, when you most, if somebody is doing a job, or even if you are in a college student, how much of knowledge of your previous classes you are using other than the basic thing? Like, and when you join a job, you will see that not even 5 to 10% of the knowledge what we have gained will be used. That's a different aspect. Our education system is bad. That's a different topic. I'm not going to touch upon it, because our education system is not made a student to be corporate ready or the industry ready. Because what I have studied or what my parents have studied in the engineering college, you are still studying the same thing. There is absolutely no change. Whereas the world has gone from way to way. So that's a different part of education system. But as far as success is concerned, after a particular stage in life, knowledge doesn't matter at all, and it's only your attitude. There are IITians who has actually been topper. IITians is the best in this thing, and you will hear the news that IITians have committed suicide because life has thrown some challenge on them and they're not able to face this challenge, because they are brought up with an attitude. Every time they study, they are going to get good marks, good marks, good marks, and the only thing what they learned is about to have the good mark. But they are not been taught, they are not been told as to how to face failures in life. And when they face a failure in life, they just go down and they go to depression and they commit suicide. And you must also heard the story of stories. You must have heard this thing like a son of a tailor becoming an IAS officer. So, what do you think? Is it the knowledge or the attitude of that particular father who has made his son an IAS officer? It's just the attitude. And even, in fact, I can also list out 30 all attributes where knowledge doesn't come. When you join a service, when you have an annual confidential report, you have almost 20 columns in that, and all those 20 columns, 18 to 19 columns are all about your attitude. There's only one or two columns you are about knowledge. So attitude plays a very, very important role in success, being successful in life. So you have to build the right attitude. And when I say right attitude, it's basically how to face challenges in life, how to face the failures in life. That's the time, because life is never smooth. Life will always keep throwing challenges on you, and the person who faces those challenges, overcomes challenges, are the person who is going to be successful in life. So attitude is everything in life. Okay, so that is the my favorite formula for success. And with that formula, bringing an analogy, fitness is all about physical fitness and mental fitness. And now bringing the percentage of this, here also I believe that it's only 15% of physical fitness and 84% of mental fitness which matters. And when I'm talking about the fitness, it is an holistic health. It's an holistic health. And why, I will tell you. Now, if you start your fitness regime today, this formula holds good. Okay, so let me compare the life journey. I have made this life journey just to make you understand. Fitness is just a balance between your physical and your mental health. What is the percentage? I already told. But unfortunately, there is a great imbalance between the two. Physical, like I told you previously also, we give most stress on the physical health, but we don't give any stress on the mental health. And how important is the mental health? I'm just going to give you in brief, because well, when you are 10 years old, right? This is a life journey. Your health is good, your metabolism is good, you are very active, we are very energetic, and there is absolutely nothing called tension in our life. Life goes very smooth. And just go back when you are 10 years old, see how happy you are, how energetic you are, right? And as we go along in the life, and when we reach to say 30 years of age, we carry few emotions with us, right? We are few years into the service, maybe 5 to 6 years of service, and then if you are lucky, you are just married, and you have one more relationship to carry along. So the tension, that responsibility also comes under you, and you start understanding life, because when you are into a service, here I would like to take you back. When you're in class 11th, we are supposed to take the subject, right? And we generally take the subject as per our parents or as per our teachers. Like we take science, because we want to become engineers. Our parents are engineers, so they want us to become engineers. But neither in our school education nor our parents never ever asked us as to what is our passion, what is our liking, what is that what we want to do, right? So when we are in 25 to 30 years of age bracket, most of them understand that this is not the right place where I am supposed to be, because they don't start liking the job they wanted. And if you take a consensus, it has been proved also 90% of the people don't like the job they are doing. And somewhere that's basically because they're not working on their passion. You when you start enjoying the work, means that you are working on the passion. But if you have a Monday blue to go to office, that means you are not in the right profession. Okay, so 25 to 30 years is the age when you start understanding your life. And then if you are smart enough, you will take a loan for your three-wheeler or a sorry four-wheeler or a two-wheeler, so EMI will be there. So all these relationship challenges will be coming. So these are the emotions which are you are carrying in your mental, in your mind. These are the emotions which are not tangible, but you are carrying on the emotions. Now, when we reach 40 years of age, this is a time when you are not able to carry these emotions, because you are carrying that baggage which was there at 30 years of age, and now it has increased because your family increases, your job, your EMIs are there, your job surety is not there. You have additional responsibility of your in-laws, your parents, and your family. So all these plus work pressure keeps on increasing, because when you're in 40 years of age, the targets increase, the work pressure increases. So these things actually bring in the tension, stress, anxiety, and obesity sort of disorders into your human being, and this is not natural. And when a person reaches 50 years of age, other than two legs, he has two more support. And plus, he has so many gifts also along with him, like BP, sugar, diabetes, heart problem, and depression. Now you tell me, like 50 years of age, when person thinks of retiring, and throughout his 50 years he has been working very hard to earn money for his family, for his family, and for his parents. And 50 years the time when he has supposed to enjoy the earnings what he has done. But now at 50 years, if he has these gifts with him, will he be able to enjoy? And this is the time you should have that. That's the whole contention what I have with me is, at 50 years a person should be happy, healthy, and he should be able to enjoy his life. And if you want to be healthy at 50 years, it cannot happen that you start at 49 years of age and say, "Ki 50 years I will be healthy." It's not possible. That's why I written, if you want to have a fitness regime, you have to start it today. Like, for example, you study the whole year for a classroom and then give the exam. The results come only after that, right? You work hard throughout the year, you give the exams, then the results come. You work the whole month for a job. Once your job is, the month is over, and for that job they'll give the payment to you. So life is also like that. If you want to have a good result output, you have to work throughout. Like if you are starting your fitness regime in the age of 40 years, you may have to work hard, and by that time there are few things which must have already come, like the stress, anxiety, and obesity. So you might have to work more. But if you are working at 20 years of age, start working. That time you had to work for 4 hours, now you have to work for 1 hour. You just have to spend 45 minutes to 1 hour every day for you to be fit at 50 years. Let me share a story here. A person has reached 50 years of age and he has earned 50 crores of rupees in his bank balance. He was so very happy and he was very thrilled. Yes, I'm going to enjoy this 50 years of 50 crores of rupees for myself because I have worked so hard throughout my life and then I have earned, so I'm going to enjoy it from tomorrow. So he plans everything, what is to be done, how he is going to enjoy, where he is going to go. And that time hears a knock on the door. And then he opens the door, he sees the Yamraj standing there. He says, "Come, you have to go." Then this person said, "What? How can I go? All these years I earned 50 crores of revenue. This is the time for me to enjoy the life, and you are telling me to go." He says, "No, I don't come by invitation, I come and take." He says, "No, no, please give me at least 2 months of time so that I can enjoy my 50 crores and then you can take me along." He says, "No, I think you're not understood. When I come, I take people, I don't give any time." So then he says, "Okay, do one thing." When he saw that Amiraj is not bending anything, is not negotiating with him, he says, "Do one thing. You take 25 crores, I will keep 25 crores with me. You enjoy 25 crores and rest, let me enjoy this 25 crores." See the human mind. When death is there on his door, that time also he's trying to bribe. Okay, so Yamraj gives a smile. He says, "I think you're not understood. You just come. I'm going to take you." So then he sees there is absolutely no way. He says, "You just give me 10 seconds." So Yamraj says, "Okay, chalo, take 10 seconds." So he goes inside, runs inside, grabs a pad and a pencil, and then writes, "Just now I understood that whatever money I have, I cannot buy a single second, single minute from that. So start enjoying your money." Okay, so my contention, you will only start enjoying your money at the age of 50 when you are healthy, right? If you have diabetes, if you have sugar, you cannot eat anything, you cannot eat sugar. So what is the fun of having money? So you should be healthy at the age of 50. Okay, so yes, so with that, so life journey is like that. So if you want to be healthy at 50, you have to start working at the age of 30. Now, do you know that 85% of the diseases are psychosomatic diseases? They're all mental related. If you are mentally strong, mentally fit, you can actually come over 85% of the diseases. You will not have 80% of the diseases. And just imagine ki 85% of the diseases are not there, and 85 out of 85%, almost 90% of these diseases are, you have BP, you have sugar, you have diabetes, or you have obesity. These are the major diseases, and these are all psychosomatic. If you are mentally strong, if you are mentally clean, you can avoid these diseases. As simple as that. People say that diabetes is a hereditary disease. Even cancer is a psychosomatic disease, is a mental disease. Cancer also can be cured. Okay, so okay, let me. Okay, so I'll tell you as to how our. I'm not going to tell you as to how our subconscious mind works. Now, suppose this is a barren land which is full of weeds, right? Now, if you want to make this a land, a fertile land, what you are supposed to do? You have to take out the weeds, right? You have to take out the weeds, you have to plow it and make it fertile, make it good so that you can sow the seeds. Now, once you take out the weeds, the land becomes fertile. Now, when we compare this with our human mind, okay, so I think I have just misplaced the slide. I'll just take the slide out. Oh. Huh. So, human mind is like this when we are born. It's blank. We can write anything on it. It's like a blank slate. You can write anything on it. Whatever we write on this thing, it will be a permanent thing. But as we grow old, our belief systems keep increasing, because when we grow old, our parents start giving us belief system, different belief systems. Like if you are from a middle class family, you cannot earn more money. Belief like if a black cat crosses your road path, you cannot. That job will not be completed. Okay, this is the most. And if you have a broken glass in your house, it's not good for your this thing. Plus you are a Hindu, you are a Muslim, all these beliefs are put into our mind. And beliefs like you are not good at maths, you are not good at drawing. And this has not been told once, this has been told by your parents, school teachers, your friends. And this becomes a strong belief. Each time somebody tells you that you're not good at maths, it is reiterated, and the neural pathway is made in our brain, and it becomes more stronger and stronger. And you start believing that you are not good at maths, but that's not the fact. Okay, so when we are at 18 to 20 years of, this is a state of our mind. It's full of garbage, full of clutter, and full of limited beliefs, right? Limiting beliefs. And for your information, we are all born genius. 98% of people are born genius. And the question is, if you are born genius, why is that by age of 18 to 20 years, this genius, either few of them become average, few of them become below average, and very few, 5 to 10% are actually have that genius in them. It's not their fault. It's because of these beliefs which our parents, our society, our teachers had put into our minds. That makes us a average or a below average. And unfortunately, when I told that 85% of the people, they 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 believe that fitness is all about physical fitness. Fitness is all about mental fitness, because we go for a physical gym, we go for a walk, but you sincerely tell me, since you are born till that day, how many times did you clean your mind, or tried or made an effort to take out this garbage from your mind? This garbage keeps on increasing right from our childhood till the age of 50 years. And this is the garbage which is responsible for our bad health at the age of 50. And it's very, very simple that if you remove this garbage, you can actually avoid most of the diseases. But unfortunately, nobody understands this. जैसे कि चल रहा है यार, अभी तो चल रहा है. What happens is, when you are young, when you're at 20 years, 30 years of age, your metabolism is good. So these emotions, when they are in your brain, you don't come to know about it. But then they are accumulating continuously in your mind. And by the time you are reaching 48 to 50 years, that's the time your metabolism goes down, your body is not able to take up, and that's the time these come out as in the form of different diseases. So it's very, very important. I will also show you. This is very important that we have to clean this garbage. Now, if you see, I've just tried to put it here. This is the top portion where 85 to 90% of the people are there. And if you come across any person, and if you can see these qualities in him, like anger, quarrel, flight, freeze, sadness, depression, you can rest assured that his mind is actually full of that clutter and garbage. And as you come down, you start having that love, compassion, forgiveness, connection, understanding, clarity. No, it's not that you have to learn these qualities. Once your mind is clean, these qualities automatically come to you. And also those top qualities which are there, anger, quarrel, it's not that they have learned to be anger. Because of that clutter, these all these things keep coming. Okay, so the ultimate aim is to come down as much as possible, remove that clutter, make that clean, and come down as much as possible. Like I'll also show you this. When we are at the down, that is the 0% to 45%, this is the peace band where the clutter is less and the decision making is wonderful. And this is the best learning state where you can learn fast and it's very very accurate, and whatever decisions you take is crystal clear. And the mid band, that is between 45 to 90%, is the chaotic band. And where here in this particular band, your decision making is faulty and the concentrations are low. Okay, and learning is effortful and confused. But when you are between 90 to 100%, learning is actually impossible. It's a threshold level. And people actually lose control, self control, when they are in this band. And it's very, very dangerous. Okay, so I just given a glimpse. Let me go back. Okay, so like I told you, this is we have two minds, that is the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. And conscious mind is just 10% of it. It's a short-term memory. Like you are looking at me right now and hearing to me, you are consciously looking at me and consciously hearing to me. But if I write and now I tell you just close your eyes and just remember your mother, you will be able to see the picture of your mother in front of your eyes. That's basically because deep inside your mind there is some memory where your mother's picture is stored. And if I tell you to just close your eyes and just try to remember any incidents, your favorite teacher giving a lecture in your class, in your primary school, you might be able to hear those sounds, because somewhere in our mind that memory is still stored. When I talk about that particular teacher, that particular program gets triggered and all those things keep come out. So conscious mind is just 10% of it, and it is a short-term memory, and it has a logical power. It thinks logically. It says that this is good, this is bad. But whereas the major part of our mind is the subconscious mind. This subconscious mind drives our life. It creates our destiny. And it is a long-term memory. It has emotions, feelings, relationships, everything. Like for example, I'll tell you, if you have learned swimming in your childhood, and after that you have never done any swimming, and after 20 years you are told to swim, you will just jump into the water and start swimming. Now there are two ways of learning swimming, right? So one is you give a paper, say that theoretically it's written there you have to jump into the water, start uh, uh, putting your hands up and down, and then you start swimming. That is the theoretical part. But after reading that theory, if you jump into the water, you're going to drown. The other part is you practically do it and learn it. Now when you practically do it and learn it, it goes into your subconscious mind. It becomes you are training your subconscious mind. And once it is gone into subconscious mind, that's the reason after 20 years when you jump back into the water, that particular program which has been there in your subconscious mind gets triggered and you start learning, start swimming. Okay, now there are thousands of processes which are running subconsciously without your knowing. Like for example, right now our blood circulation runs throughout our life, whether we are sleeping or we are, since the day we are born till the time we are dead, it's running, but we don't know about it. The heart beats continuously, right? As our digestive system works continuously, these are the processes which are subconsciously running, which we are not aware of, right? But there are so many learned behaviors, like I told you, swimming, the other one is cycling or car riding. These are the learned behaviors which we put into our subconscious mind. Okay, so 90% our destiny is and now the second part of subconscious mind is it doesn't have any logical thinking. Now anything which is put into the subconscious mind, it will just process and give the output. So let me give a very simple example. Suppose you have a computer, you have a CPU, center processing unit, you have a keyboard, and you have an output display on the output. Now, when you give an input from the keyboard, right, it will go to the CPU, the CPU will process it and give the output. Now, output can be on the display, it can go to the printer, or it may go to the ECG machine. Now, but the CPU will never ask the keyboard as to why you have given me this input. Now, if the input is correct, it will process it and give the output. If the input is wrong, it will throw an error message, right? Similarly, whatever comes to the subconscious mind, it will just process it and give the output. It will never ask the conscious mind as to why you have given this input. Whatever is the input, it will just process and give the output. Now, you might ask you, what is the output of our subconscious mind? Now, the output of our subconscious mind is the way we react to a particular event, the our facial expression, the words what we use, and our body language. Everything is the output of our subconscious mind. So it all depends. Subconscious mind plays a major role, and it can actually make or break our destiny. So it's so very important that you control your subconscious mind. The day you are able to control your subconscious mind, you can make your own life. You can achieve whatever you want to. You can dream big and achieve whatever you want to. For example, I'll just give an example here. There is a small child, and right from his childhood, he has been told that you are not good at drawing. And this has been told by his parents, teachers, school, friends, everybody. Now, this particular program, this particular belief goes into a subconscious mind saying that I'm not good at drawing. And when he grows up, when somebody gives him a paper and a pen and says, draw, so that particular program in his subconscious mind gets triggered, and he says, I cannot draw. And this is what happens with most of the students. This is the reason why a child who is born genius becomes an average or a below average, because of these type of, because if you remember childhood, where most of the things what our parents say, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't is the maximum thing. And when they say don't, so I'll not go into that. When they say don't doesn't go into a subconscious mind, because it doesn't have feelings, it doesn't have any audio, anything. Only don't go for play. When a parent say, you must have seen in the childhood, don't go out for play. They will not see that door. Go out for play will go into a subconscious mind, and they'll go out for play. This is what actually happens. So that's a different topic. Next time when I will tell, I'll talk to you. So subconscious mind drives our future, our life. Now it's like this. Like if you are our subconscious mind is like a elephant, and conscious mind is like a monkey. Now, if this monkey doesn't train the elephant to go in a particular direction, the elephant will go in whatever way it wants to, because monkey doesn't have a control, right? Now, if the monkey wants that elephant should go in a particular direction, the conscious mind, that is the monkey, should understand and train the elephant and talk to the elephant, and then only the elephant will go in the direction the monkey says. Similarly, if you want to make your life to go the way you want to go, you have to train your subconscious mind, conscious mind, and drive your subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is like an elephant, and the conscious mind is like a monkey. So you have to train your conscious mind. When I say train your conscious mind, you have to train your conscious mind to be positive. You have to train your conscious mind always to be happy and dream big. And that's the time when you can drive your subconscious mind and you can drive your life. As simple as that. Okay. Now, let me give a very simple example. Suppose there is an event. Now, event, for example, event can be anything. Let me take an example. Suppose you are looking at a particular news. Now, the COVID is a news. You are looking at a news channel, and they're giving a COVID news, and they will keep telling you there are so many people dead. They will show the dead bodies, and they will show, and they will try to make it more. The voice also they will try to make it more interesting, right? So when we see this particular event on the TV, we have an audio on the TV because he's shouting at the top of his voice, You have the visuals, seeing the dead bodies, seeing the death rate and all those things. And when we see these, we have the feelings also. यार कैसे उन कितने लोगों का डेथ हो गया, कितने लोग मर रहे, these feelings also are there. Now this is the event, right? Now when it goes to our mind, there is a filtering mechanism, which is we delete, distort and generalize these messages. I'm not going into the detail. There is a filter there, and when this particular message goes to our mind, it's stored in an event 2 form. Now what is event 2 is dar lagna, because we are afraid now seeing those dead bodies. Our feelings change because our mind, our heartbeat increases seeing the dead bodies, seeing the death rate. So these are the feelings which are stored in the event 2. Now event 1 is a news channel where he has shown a particular event, but event 2 is totally different, right? It's a event of danger. It's an event of feelings of increasing the heartbeat and lot many things. So when we say that event 2, by this event 2 you are actually changing your state. So when you see that event 1, when you see that news of COVID continuously, you are in a different state. You get afraid, you start feeling कि मेरे को भी COVID हो जाएगा क्या, then your whole physiology changes and your state of mind changes. And when your state of mind changes, mind can be either resourceful or unresourceful. Okay, resourceful state is one when you're very very happy. Suppose you are going for a party, you are enjoying the party, and your state of mind is totally different. You are very happy, so there are so many hormones which are released when you are happy. So you are in a resourceful state, and when you are happy, you want to do something, then you take an action. Your action will be either verbal or non-verbal, and the results will also be the same. If you are in a happy state, when you talk in a happy state, your words what you're going to use are different, and the actions what you're going to take when you are happy are different. And similarly, when you are not happy, when you are in an unresourceful state, when you are tensed up, right? When you have emotions which are negative in state, you will be in an unresourceful state. And when you are afraid, naturally your actions will be the same, right? And the results will also be the same. So state plays a very very important role in our life. If you want to have a positive results, positive actions, you need to change your state to resourceful state. And everything is here in the event 2. And how you look into, that's the reason why people say don't see the TV news. Because when you see a TV news, even if you don't want to take that, it subconsciously go to into a subconscious mind. Because subconscious mind doesn't understand language, it understands the feelings, it understands the visuals. So it goes into a subconscious mind unconsciously. People say कि नहीं मेरे को कुछ नहीं होता, मैं तो न्यूज़ देखता, मैं तो केयर नहीं करता. That's wrong, because it doesn't understand language, it only understands feelings, it only understands the pictures, right? So instead people say you see something happy, some dance or some music, something, because those are the things which go to interview, so your state will change. So this is what I wanted to say, state plays a very very important role. And the reason why we carry those emotions, the negativity, the negative thought, is because of the state what we have. This is the event 2. Okay, so that's how our mind works. uh, like I'm just going to give briefly about it. Like I told you, conscious mind is just 10%, 15%. Subconscious or unconscious mind, both are the same. So this plays the major role. 90% of it is conscious mind, and this instinctive mind is the small mind within the unconscious mind, which stores all our beliefs, right? Suppose I'll just give an example. Now suppose a boy is getting 60% throughout his 6th, 7th and 8th. When he comes to 10th class, he sets up a target of 90%. Now his belief, or his parents set a target of 90%. Now his belief in this is that he cannot score more than 60 to 70%, because his parents, his teachers, everybody has been telling them, you have been getting 60 to 70%, you cannot score then more than 70%. Now when his conscious mind puts that 90% here, now that 90%, that subconscious mind compares with their belief. His belief is 60 to 70%, and his new this thing is 90%. Now, until unless this 90% overrides his 60%, he will not be able to get that. And for overriding that, he has to have a very, very strong conviction that, yes, I am going to achieve it. So, this instinctive mind always plays a major important role. When something comes into the subconscious mind, it has to be very powerful, powerful than the belief what he has. Then only it will be our thing. Or else you change your belief system. That is the only way. You change your belief system, you change your limiting beliefs to a empowering beliefs. Then there will not be any restrictions. Okay. So this is how our mind works. This I already covered. Okay. So now a few questions I'm going to ask because you are all youngsters. How committed are all of you to be physically fit or whatever it is, for whatever thing you, how much of commitment you have? This is very important. And is there any particular reason why you are committed for that thing what you are doing? Okay, just 1 minute. The second thing is how badly you want to join the defense forces. 100%, Varar is 100% committed. Okay, I'm going to go ahead now. How badly you want to join defense forces. And the main reason why you want to join the defense force is also important. Since how long you are trying to join the defense forces, this is also important. Since which class, when, or is it that your friend has told that defense may is a good opportunity or a good career you are going to join? All these things matter. And the most important thing is, are you ready to come out of your comfort zone? Because until unless you are going to come out of your comfort zone, you are not going to achieve it. That's for sure. Till the time you are in the comfort zone, you will not be able to achieve. You see all successful people in the world, everybody has come out of the comfort zone. They have set their own target, they have set their own paths, they have come out of the comfort zone and challenged the life, and then they have been successful. And the next thing is, what are your goals in life? Are your goals there? All of you have your goals?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
What
sir.
are who Swapnil is
sir.
telling? Yeah, what are you? Can I ask anybody what is the goal? What is the goal? What is the goal they have?
Sir, first primary goal is to clear CDSC exam
When?
in 2024.
And after that, what?
After
Only
that,
one goal. Only one goal. Miss Joy,
no,
clearing the CBSC CDS exam. That's all.
no, sir.
That's then.
Sir, after that, joining the Indian Military Academy.
So
Then,
naturally, once you clear CDS, you'll
yeah,
join the military academy. I
yeah,
am only. That
yeah,
is for sure.
yeah,
Okay. And
yeah.
what else? What else? No, no personal goals, no family goals, no financial goals. Have you written the
Uh,
goals anywhere? Anybody has written the goals anywhere? Okay. Swapnil is thumbs up because he has been following me. Okay. So, are they written or not? Your goals are written or not? And how frequently you are looking at those goals? Are you writing the goals regularly? These are very, very important. And your goals, our subconscious mind understand only the goal, because see, thing is very simple. Our subconscious mind doesn't understand what is real and what is imaginary. Anything which comes to the subconscious mind is a real. Okay, so if you have your goals written, the more is the clarity of the goals you write, the more are the chances that you will achieve those goals. And I always keep telling, dream big, don't dream small. We dream as per our belief system, but our capability, our mind capability is huge. And we just, an average person, you know that average person uses just 5% of the capability of his brain. Just 5%. Rest 85%, 95% goes waste. And that is basically because we don't come out of our comfort zone, we don't challenge our mind, we don't dream big. Until unless we dream big, we try new things. You can't do anything. You cannot be successful. And you are all young, yeah. You are all young and you have full life in front of you. You can start, you can challenge your life, you can try new things. There are so many options available in front of you. You can work on your, in fact, today is a day social media is a power. And you all can actually leverage that social media and become whatever you want. Just dream big and start working on it. If I can do it 48 years or 55, 56 years of age, why can't you do it? 48 के बाद मेरे सिक्स्थ जॉब है. लोग जब बोलते हैं कि जॉब नहीं मिलता, जॉब नहीं मिलता, अभी कोविड के टाइम पे भी मैंने 10 जॉब लगवाए हैं लोगों के. इट्स ऑल माइंड गेम. वंस यू थिंक दैट मेरे को जॉब लगना ही है और मेरे को इतना जॉब को लगना है, तो इट विल हैपन. And let me tell you also, Swapnil is a part of it. Is not regular. That is it. We do a morning session, early morning, 5:30 to 6:30 every month, every day. Sorry, and during that day we have, or during that we have different exercises we do. And initially I started in December, and every month we used to have three goals set, right? Small, short-term goals, and 85 to 90% of those goals have been achieved every month. You will not believe. And that's basically because for the whole month we visualize those goals, we write those goals, and we achieve those goals. That's simple. Life is very, very simple. We make it complicated. Okay. So these are the truths actually. Let me tell you the truths and let me be very blunt. Sorry. Let me be very blunt. Now hearing to me won't give you the results. Now you must be, when you are hearing to me, you must be quite energized and quite this thing, but it will not give you the results, right? And even hearing to any motivational videos will not also help. Let me be very clear, because most of you must be seeing the motivational video, hearing to the motivational videos and getting motivated, but that won't help, because basic reason why that won't help is you are hearing to the motivational videos, it's going to your conscious mind, it's not going to your subconscious mind. Unless it goes to your subconscious mind, it will not work. Okay. And also reading books won't help. Just reading the books won't help. Even taking actions also won't help. Now you must be telling me, यार ये क्या action, लोग तो बोलते हैं action लो. Now I'm telling action, taking action also won't help. But it will only help if your actions are with commitment, consistent and focused. These are very, very important. If you are committed, if you are consistent, and if you are focused, then you can have your results and you can achieve whatever you dream. These are the truths, and this is how our mind works. Whatever you set your goal, however big the goal is, like I told you my own example. A single person transforming a city from tier 3 to tier 2 city is impossible, next to impossible. But that's a goal what I have set. And I might not, because now I have achieved at least 20% of it. And when I set this goal in 2017, I was in Pune that time. I never knew that I'll be able to come to Bilaspur also. But now I am in a Bilaspur in a leadership position where I can at least contribute. And now I have achieved 24%, 20-25% of it. That's basically because I have dreamt so big and I'm always focused on that. I have achieved this. If I don't dream big, if you don't dream big, then naturally your dreams will be small and you will try to achieve that small limit only. So always dream big as possible. Okay. So, but then you have to have that commitment, you have to be consistent, you have to be focused. You should never, once you set up a goal, you should never diverge from that goal. That goal should be the final thing. Subha, Sham, Din, Raat, you have to work on that goal. Think about that goal only, of achieving that goal. Okay. Now, holistic wellness. We talk about fitness, what Swapnil told me, ki mental and physical fitness, but holistic fitness, you must have heard about the word holistic fitness. It's a very buzzword now. So, holistic fitness talks about physical health, which we have told, and mental health, which NLP and all NLP does. Actually, by the way, I'll just tell you what NLP does. Okay, and not because this was not a part of this topic, I not included that. What NLP, like I told you, in the subconscious mind, we have so many limiting beliefs right from our childhood. Okay, now these limiting beliefs doesn't allow us to dream big, and these are the emotion, and there are so many emotions we carry from our childhood, right? So many emotions are there, negative events which take place in our life, which have of some phobias within us. There are so many limiting beliefs. Now what NLP does is basically takes out those limiting beliefs and replaces them with positive beliefs. Okay, so once we take out the limiting belief and program our subconscious with a positive or an empowering beliefs, that becomes a part of your subconscious mind. And once that program is set up, then you can always achieve whatever you want, because that limiting beliefs is out of your mind. And also, NLP actually removes all that garbage, which I said, the garbage or the litter which is there, that actually it clears and tries to bring it down to less than 45%, where our mind we start getting that love, compassion, and all those things into us. So that is all about this thing. So I'll take a different session on that. And the other one is food. Food is also very important. What type of food you are eating, because our body just requires alkaline food, and the food what we eat, especially the fast food, is not an alkaline food, and the pH value should be 7. And these are the like the pizzas, the burgers, and all the fast foods. They are not suitable for our body, and that's the reason why you start developing obesity, because our body doesn't accept those things. Our body likes green vegetables. It likes home cooked food. So you should always try to maintain your pH value at 7. That is alkaline medium. Once in a while you can always go out and binge and enjoy that. Yeah, I will not I will not say that you should always have home cooked food only. Once in a while you can do, but more or less you should take care of your food habits. That's very important. When you eat fast food now, like I told you, it might not affect you now because your metabolism is very strong and you will be able to digest it, but somewhere it's going to go and store in your stomach or somewhere in the arteries in the form of fat, and this is going to affect you when you are going to 40 or 50 years of age. So what food you are taking is also very important. The second most important, the fourth most important is water. How much of water you are drinking per day, because if you see the nature, the whole world, 70% of the world is filled of water, and the same is true with our body. Our body also needs 70, our body is also full of 70% of liquid, so it wants more and more of water, because whatever food we eat, if you have more and more water, that will convert the acidic into an alkaline medium. So having a lot of water is also very important. And of course, the sleep. You should at least have good night's sleep, 6 to 7 hours of sleep. Sleep, again I'll say ki different people have different patterns of sleep. Different people, few people 4 hours is sufficient, for few people 6 hours is sufficient. So it depends upon that, but then you should have a good night's sleep. When you balance all these things, the physical, mental, food, water, and sleep, that is all about holistic wellness. Then your body will be perfect. You will not have any diseases. In fact, when you practice these rituals, what I'm going to just show you, you over a period of time, you will see that you will be very, very healthy. You will be happy. You will be energetic, and energy will be there throughout your day. Okay, so this is all about holistic wellness, and this is exactly is what is fitness all about. Okay, so this is what I call it as a fitness. You have to have mental fitness, you have to have an physical fitness, and mental is more because you have to take out that garbage and the emotions what you are carrying throughout. Once you take out that garbage and emotions, your physical, you just pay some attention to your physical fitness, you will be totally fit. Okay, so I'll just go through this. This is a 4 step framework which I have designed for myself, from a garbage mind to a healthy mind. Like I told you, our mind is full of garbage. In the first step, you have to actually clear that garbage. And once you clear that garbage, then you have to implant your empowering beliefs into your mind. Positive beliefs are empowering beliefs. And once you implant those positive beliefs, you have to nurture them. And You have to nurture those beliefs, and once you nurture those beliefs, these beliefs will come as small plants, and you will always lead a happy and a healthy life, a healthy mind, healthy body, and a healthy mind. That is a happy life. So this is a framework. If I'll give an example of the bear to make it more simple. If you see the example what I given of the barren, the land full of weeds. This is the land full of weeds. Once you clear it, the land becomes fertile. Once you sow seeds into it, the positive beliefs are sown, and once you start looking after those seeds, look after them, give them manure, give them water, you nurture them, these plants, when they grow up, then you have a good crop. So that's what exactly is our human body is also about. Healthy body and healthy mind is an happy life, and this happy life should be at the age of 50. Okay, so I'll just go through it. The morning ritual, what we do is we do a self image, a ritual of self image, where we start loving ourselves, because we rarely start love ourselves in the normal life. And until unless we love ourselves, we will not be able to love others. So, loving yourself, having a good self image of yourself is also very important. The power of gratitude, and if you pay gratitude to the universe or to the God, it is said that people who practice this gratitude on a regular basis, their health is good, they have a good night's sleep, they don't have diseases, and also their immunity system also increases. So gratitude is so very important. So we do the gratitude also in the morning, and apart from that, we do affirmations, we do meditation and visualization, and yeah. So these morning rituals are comprised of all these things what we do, and this I have been doing for last 6 months or so. So yeah, the effects are good, and yeah, these have a very positive effect on our mind, our body, and overall personality. I think I have finished with that. Yeah, I have done. Let me stop sharing. So I'm open for questions. It's exactly 1 hour. Yes, I'm on time. I'm open for questions. You can ask questions. I hope I did some value addition to your lives.
Yes, sir. It was definitely. It was a value addition.
Yeah. So you can ask questions. Anybody?
Sir, I want to ask regarding the classes you take. So, is it currently running? I mean, it's going on, right?
Yeah.
And
Swapnil is a part of it. Yeah, it's going on.
so,
It's
how we can join, and we can
You
also
just give the number to Swapnil. I'll just every morning I'll add you to the group, and I'll send the link in the morning, so you can just join.
okay, sir. Thank
Yes,
you.
But commitment and consistent are very important. Until unless
Yes,
you're
sir.
committed and you're consistent, you will not get the results. It
Yes,
generally the youth today is so they give 1 week में मेरे को results आना चाहिए. It doesn't happen like that. Life doesn't work like that.
yes,
Okay?
Yeah, it is because I started it in on sir started it on 1st December 2020, and
Ah.
I joined 2 days late on 3rd of December. And
Hmm.
since I was new to all this, and I tried for 1 week, I was like, "What is this? Yeah, this is disturbing my sleep." But still, sir said that you have to be committed. So I stayed long, and I tried for it, and in 3 weeks. So as sir used to recall, like he used to recall that write your 3 goals for
Hmm.
day, for your month, for that month, particular month. So I
Yeah.
written those 3 goals, and I at the end of after 21 days, and on
Hmm.
25th day, I still remember, on 25th day I cleared that goal. All 3 goals I got
Yeah.
cleared.
So every month, and we actually used to have a session webinar, and we used to discuss as to what are the goals we have set and what are the goals we have achieved. So 85-90% of the goals have been achieved. So from 1st of June, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the goal for 3 months, because 1 month becomes very short, because short-term goals is becomes difficult. So for 3 months, we are going to set the goals and work for 3 months and see whether we'll be able to achieve or not. Yeah. Anybody else?
yes, sir. I have a doubt.
Yeah.
So,
Ask.
how can we remove all that garbage from our brain?
So you join my morning session, you will get able to
Yes, sir.
remove
Definitely.
it. Now, otherwise also you can remove that. Like I have for removing the garbage, it's very simple. I have very Huna. I told you about NLP and Huna, right? Huna, we have very foolish exercises. I call them a foolish exercise because if I tell you those exercises now, तो you will say कि इससे क्या होता है करके. Like I said, कि I'll say that whatever is there around you, just look at that and just say continue exercise. ठीक है? So now you'll see कि what is this funny thing? Because first time when somebody told me, my guru when they told me, so just look at everything and just say continue. I was thinking कि ये क्या हो रहा है, क्या बोल के क्या फायदा होगा? But it is a very profound effect, especially for those people who are short tempered. Within 15 to 20 days, you can see the temper changes. It becomes very calm. So there are four basic simple exercises which you do, so your that garbage will be reduced within 21 days. That is also for sure.
Sir,
Thank you, sir.
we have a schedule like in the evening we have SSB like lectures, and in the morning we prepare like we take lecture on theory. So the timing remains 4 to 5, and
Okay.
so it can be easy for us to join that session at 5:30.
Morning.
Yeah.
Morning wala. Yeah. Huh. See the advantage here is like when you are getting at 5:30 morning. 5:30 means 5:15 को तो उठना ही पड़ेगा. ऐसे नहीं कि 5:30 को आके बैठ गए. 5:15, 5:30 you are getting up, so you are adding 1 hour to your life. Okay, every day 1 hour means 365 hours per year, and that 1 hour is productive because that 1 hour you are adding, it's giving energy throughout your life, throughout your day, and that energy level stays till the next day morning. Like Abhishek is here. Abhishek has been there with me since the day one, and there is a huge improvement in his. Abhishek, you can share if you want. हिंदी में बोल सकते हो.
Yes, Abhishek sir, you can share your experience. It will be nice.
हेलो एवरीवन, मैं अभिषेक बोल रहा हूँ। मैं वैसे तो इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियर हूँ और मैं अभी सेंट्रल लाइब्रेरी में काम कर रहा हूँ। तो जैसे मैं स्टार्टिंग से सर से जब मैं पहली बार मुलाकात हुआ 2017 में मुलाकात हुआ था मेरा, और वो भी मैं एनसीसी में था। तो मुझे पता चला था कि सर का एक वेबिनार होने वाला है। तो उस टाइम मेरे को ये पता चला था कि सर नेवी में है। आई एम पैशनेट अबाउट नेवी, तो ये मेरे को पता चला था कि कोई कमांडर सर आ रहे हैं। तो फिर मैं वहाँ चला गया। तो वहाँ जाने के बाद फिर मुलाकात हुआ सर से, तो फिर पता चला ग्रुप कैप्टन सर है। फिर बहुत हिम्मत करके जाके सर से मिला। उसके बाद से सर के साथ कंटिन्यू काम चालू है। और जब सर स्टार्टिंग में मेरे कुछ एक्सरसाइज कराए थे, तो उसको मैं उतना सीरियसली नहीं लिया था। कुछ दिन करता था फिर छोड़ देता था। मतलब उसको हफ्ते भर करता था, 15 दिन करता था, फिर बीच में करता था। मतलब उसमें कंसिस्टेंसी नहीं था बिल्कुल भी। अभी जब सर कंटिन्यू हमको, ये हमारा दिसंबर से चालू हुए हैं, राइट सर? हाँ, तो दिसंबर से चालू किए हैं, तो दिसंबर से मैं कंटिन्यू कर रहा हूँ और ये लॉट्स ऑफ इम्प्रूवमेंट मेरे में आया है, बहुत ज़्यादा। ये सर के साथ-साथ बहुतों ने मेरे को बताया है। और इसके साथ-साथ मैंने बहुत सारे अपने जो सर गोल सेट कराते हैं, उसको रिटर्न कराते हैं। और रिटर्न का ये फ़ायदा होता है कि वो हमारे सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में बहुत जल्दी जाता है, हम कहीं पे भी नोट करते हैं तो ये सब चीज़ सर के साथ जुड़ने के बाद पता चला। और एक तो मैं पहले घर में था, तो एमबीए कर रहा हूँ अभी, तो उसके साथ-साथ मैं इंटर्नशिप के लिए जॉइन किया। उसके साथ उसमें पेड हुआ। पेड होने के बाद अभी मैं अप्रेंटिसशिप के लिए अप्लाई किया एनटीपीसी में। वहाँ भी मैं बाय रिटर्न किया था कि इस डेट को मेरा लेटर आएगा। उस डेट पे ही मेरा लेटर आया। और ये चीज़, तो ये सब चीज़ सबकॉन्शियस माइंड मैटर करता है बहुत, और ये सब चीज़ बहुत हेल्प करता है। सर का मॉर्निंग सेशन मैं आप सबको रिकमेंड करूँगा कि एक बार ज़रूर जॉइन करो और पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस लो। आपको खुद पता चलेगा, 1 महीने बाद आपको खुद रिजल्ट आपको दिखेगा। थैंक यू सर।
अच्छा, the reason why I started morning session is also I'll tell you.
हाँ,
em-
हाँ,
em-
ये इसलिए
So see, I used to counsel many people. Like I was in MIT. कोई MIT से है क्या? MIT
Yes,
पुणे.
sir. Two of us are in MIT.
So I was in MIT and also I used to take sessions,
Yes,
one to one
sir.
sessions में, जैसे मैं उनको, जैसे अभी ये बोल रहे थे ना कि सात्विक बोल रहे थे कि मेरे को गार्बेज निकालना है, तो आई यूज्ड टू टेल देम कि हाँ दीज 4 एक्सरसाइजेस आप कर लो और उसके बाद मेरे को 20 डेज के बाद आके मेरे को बताना कि क्या चेंज हुआ है कि नहीं. सो व्हेन दे यूज्ड टू कम बैक, और आई यूज्ड टू कॉल देम एंड आस्क देम कि क्या हुआ, तो दे यूज्ड टू से हाँ बहुत चेंजेस आए हैं एंड पीपल आल्सो टेलिंग दैट देयर इज अ चेंज इन योर बिहेवियर. So then I used to ask them कि frankly tell me whether you used to do it regularly or not. So if you used to say sir हफ्ते में एक आध बार कर लेते थे, if you used to say कि हाँ 2 बार कर लिए, there are few people who have been doing regularly. So then I said कि if they are able to do it intermittently and there is a change, and what if I do with them continuously every day, the changes will be 100%, results will be 100%, and that's exactly what happened. So I said I'll start it. So every day I also do. So one thing what good has happened is 1st of December से कोई लोग आते, कोई कभी नहीं आता, कोई छुट्टी ले ले, लेकिन मुझे तो आना ही पड़ता है. तो मेरा तो हेल्थ अच्छा हो गया, भले बाकी किसी का हुआ या नहीं हुआ. So yeah, so I am fit and yeah, I am very very happy and I am healthy at 56 50s, and I can compete with any of those people who are 20 years age. So that is the state.
Actually, here in our defense aspirants group, our morning session is at 4 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
So we have regular students here. We have Prithvi on the top, and then where is this lady? There is one more girl, Sakshi. Even one more gentleman. I find Gaurav and Prathamesh, and yeah, these 4 are consistently present.
Okay.
And I don't think so. Looking at their faces, I don't find them at all tired.
You don't get tired.
Yeah.
Tiredness is just a state of mind, that's all.
A state of mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think others, it's a big lesson what Sir has told, and the experience given by the gentleman here.
Yeah. So yeah. So I think that's it. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, sir. So
Good
I have a
sir.
question.
Yeah.
Hello. Actually,
Yeah,
I'm not
sir.
able to on my camera. I don't know why. Yeah. So I wanted to ask you that, sometimes it is like we know the answer to the question. Like even in interviews, it is like they ask us some sort of tricky question. Even after knowing the answer of the question, we are not able to answer it properly. And it is like it is sometimes that we feel conscious and anxiety. It happens with me sometimes, not always. It is like I feel conscious and there is some sort of anxiety that people are watching me, and I have many thoughts going on that to one question, like I should answer it like this, I should answer it in some other way. It happens sometimes with me when I'm not confident enough. So what would you like to what tips would you like to give it
You
to
only
give
have
to all
given
of
the
us?
answer. You only have given the answer when I'm not confident.
Yeah, actually sometimes
You have
it
to get
happens
confidence.
sometimes.
That's all. Simple.
Yeah, but it is like I have some thoughts, like the 2-3 thoughts going on
So
to
the
that one single
thoughts,
question.
yeah, the thoughts are not clarity. Clarity is not there, ना. जो तू बोलते हैं ना, झूठ भी जब बोलते हैं तो कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ बोलो.
Oh yeah,
ठीक है. So answer बोलना तो एक ही बोलना है, कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ बोलना, because the person who is sitting there ना is not looking for the correct answer most of the time. He is looking at your behavior, the way you are answering, the confidence you have. ठीक है.
Yeah,
No,
okay, yeah.
but because
So,
that's
so how
basically
to
because
build up that confidence during such situations? Like I know that I am confident, but it happens with me sometimes. So, what tips would you like to give to me? That what should I do?
So do those exercises with me, or I can have a one-to-one session. I'll give you a few exercises. Basically, it's because of the what clutter you have in your mind, or confusion you have in your mind. The moment you just come out of that confusion, clear that clutter, things will be so good, so nice. Even if you're giving a wrong answer, you will give it so confidently that the other person will not be able to understand. It's just a matter of time, just 15-20 days. If you want, you can just have one-to-one with me.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Or maybe there must be some incidents in your life, maybe in your childhood or something, which is having a impact on your life now, which is not making you that confident. So I have to sit with you and then try to understand.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, Suraj.
Yes, sir. Yes, you are audible.
will say.
Hello, excuse me, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, Suraj. Go ahead.
Yes, Suraj, you are audible.
Actually, sir, my doubt is like this. As you said that we can't means the conscious mind means won't be able to understand what is wrong, what is bad. Means it is just taking the abstracting. Is it, sir?
No. No. Subconscious mind will understand because it is logical. Subconscious mind will not understand.
Okay. So what is my doubt here is if the thing is unbelievable, like I have to break one hill or one mountain with Cheni and Hathoda. So it is unbelievable. Anybody in the group will say no, it is unbelievable. We'll just pick the bombs and we'll just blast them. So to make that belief in ourselves, I have to break that by that Cheni and Hathoda to make that believe. I have to fix this thing in my subconscious mind. Then how to do this? Actually, I have also the similar dialogue I have listened in Three Idiots movie. That Amir Khan is saying like this, that when you are afraid to anything, then just say all is well, because your mind that is he is saying in that movie that it is ullu. We can say ullu samajh sakte hai, like this.
So like I tell you now, if you have set a goal, okay, like breaking the mountain, and you want to do it at any cost, and you go and tell this goal to 10 people, and if out of 10 people 8 people say that you are a fool, then you are on the right track. When in 2017, when I announced that I want to transform Bilaspur tier 3 to be, so many people who has laughed at it, and I also didn't know how I will do that. But then I have just dreamt it came with Karna, and I announced it in the webinar, in the this thing, seminar, and I'm on it now. So you just have that burning desire within you कि मुझे किसी भी हालत में करना है. You have to break that hill. How will you do it? That is a different issue. How will you do it? Miracles will happen. Miracles happen. That's why I keep telling. Now life is not life doesn't work on logic. It works on magic. So only thing you have to have that burning desire to achieve the impossible, and things will happen.
I hope, Suraj, you got your answer. So if any doubts, you can tell me. Then I will forward it to sir.
Yeah.
Over to you, Prithvi.
So I'm Cadet Prithvi Patil, and we're really thankful that we had you here with us tonight. It was an amazing session. I guess I'm damn sure every one of us was motivated to the core, and everyone will make sure to try and make all these changes in our personality, and that we start applying these things. And yeah, we look forward to attending your morning lectures also and making a change. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time you spent with us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. It's your life. You have to make your life beautiful, right? So, and we have the right to make our life beautiful because we have come on this earth to do something and leave a legacy behind, not just to pass time and go. Yeah. Yes.
Right, sir. Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. Okay. Good night, everybody. Thanks so much for listening me patiently for 1.5 hours.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Good
you so
night.
much, sir.
Yeah.
Good night.
Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Good
Thank you,
night.
sir.
Same
Thank you,
here.
sir.
Sir, good day,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Jai Hind.